and oil colors. And there was a very interesting thing. Around 1967, they always used to give me call, Subhash, I want this color, keep it ready, send it to me. One day he said, I am going to come, Subhash, to your factory, Andheri we have a factory. You stretch a canvas, 72 inches width and 5 meters length.
5 meters by 70, okay. Large canvas
which is a normal roll.
Yeah.
And stretch it and note down what I want. Then he started saying yellow, lemon yellow, this vermilion, this and that and that. I want 5 liters
of this
acrylic color. And he comes in the morning, sharp at about 8 o'clock in the factory, and completed his entire work.
In one day?
In one day by 7 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
He did not sit, except when I used to tell him that come to my cabin, have coffee. And then he signed. He signed. Those were the days when he used to, not using much reds. Now you know you are a very leading artist. Later on he started using bright colors.
Okay.
Yellows and
reds. So tell me the story of that. The story is very interesting. As I understand, he said this is a painting which is a gift for you, in return perhaps for some colors which he
there was some, he always used to pay in time, but there was some amount for some reason, because he used to be,
that is fine.
Artists are always absent-minded. So he forgot. So I said, Mr. Hussain, when he came, so this some amount, maybe about 7-8 lakh rupees
so
in those days, in 1972. So he signed that and he said, my bill is squared.
My bill is, and then the best story comes later.
Yeah. Then, we formed the Camel Art Foundation, which was dedicated for the development of art and promotion of art for students and artists. So we had a lot of collection, about 100, 150, 200 paintings. And as you know, it is very difficult to preserve them. So I and my brother came with the idea, my younger brother, why not sell them? Why not auction them? So we auctioned them about 7-8 years ago. And Hussain's painting was also displayed. And it fetched around 1.5 crore rupees.
1.5 crore you got out of this painting, which he basically gave you for about 7 lakhs of colors. So I think that is a very nice story indeed, and well, I think...
And the entire proceeds of that auction were used for the Camel Art Foundation.
The Camel Art Foundation is doing a great job. You are conducting competitions for artists all over the country, for students all over the country. And I think about 48 lakhs students participate, for which now you are in the Guinness Book of World Record. Unfortunately, the certificate I think is not around.
No, it's here. It's here.
That's the certificate.
This is the certificate.
48 lakhs participant in a
I'll tell you, I'll just elaborate slightly. In 1972, we started this competition. It was Camel, All India Camel School Painting Competition. And the year when we got this certificate, over 48 lakh students participated. But this is going on since 1972, and on an average, during last 5 years, it must be close to 40 lakhs. Now this competition is become almost a permanent feature, and though it's like a circus. By the time the first year's competition ends, second year starts.
Yeah, we need to handle 48 lakh.
But it is through schools. And a lot of art teachers who were initially reluctant, as you know, art teachers don't paint, they only teach. But they had taken so much interest in this competition. That's why we are successful.
Now, yesterday we were having a discussion. One very interesting thing I learned from Mr. Dandekar is that we call all the time lead pencils. And lead pencils don't have lead in it. And please tell us the story of your pencils.
Pencils are made, there is a wood and there is a core, though it is called lead. Now, why they started calling lead? There is a 2.2 millimeter diameter extruded portion is there, which goes in making the lead. When you sharpen, you see that. Now, there is no lead in it. It contains graphite, which is pure carbon, totally harmless. But the word lead came because the first writing pencil without casing, was made of lead. Because lead, when you write, even if you take a lead, any small portion of lead, if you try to write, it will write black.
Well, they make about 12 crores pencils every year.
Yes.
And I was just trying to calculate. You could almost border the whole country with your pencils.
That's true. That's true.
Now, yesterday during my discussions with you, one of the things which struck me very much is your consciousness about work ethics, about pride in a company, which you have inculcated. You narrated a very nice story about your experience in Japan. Yes. So, can you please...
Before that, I'll tell you, since my childhood, I must say from my age of 15 or 16, my role model was G.I. Tata. Because my father was already in the business.
Yeah.
So almost I decided I'll be in business. So my role model was Tata Group. The reason was the values and welfare of the employees and quality. So when I went to Japan several times because of our collaborations, technical collaborations, I visited them and I found that they give so much importance. In a research laboratory, you cannot enter with shoes. When I asked them, he said, will you enter the temple with shoes? So they give so much importance to quality, research, performance, productivity, and that was an indication.
Yeah, they said okay, you don't enter a temple with shoes because you respect God and we respect our workplace. Yeah, yeah. There's another very nice story you told me about the quality control, about a baby being carried from one ward to the other. Can you share that with us?
Yeah. Actually, you know, Japan was the first country, one of the first countries, which introduced quality concept like Kaizen. And they said that they launched zero defect. It was not a slogan they tried to transfer. Zero defect in every product. Now then they said there was an international conference where every country, 3-4 representatives from every country participated. And there was a French people, English, Americans, Germans and Japanese. 4 Japanese were sitting there. And each country was presenting that in this year our wastage was 2%, then it came down to 1.5%, then it came to 0.7%, then it came to 0.3%. So each country was presenting.
Proud that the wastage is
the turn of Japanese before it came, but before it came they say, you are not showing any surprise or you are not happy with our performance. So one of the member of that delegation, Japanese, he said, when you are all presenting, I started thinking that my job is in hospital and my job is to carry a newly born baby from one ward to another ward. And I dropped that baby and that baby is dead.
One baby is dropped out of 1,000.
So for us, zero defect is our aim and we want to achieve.
That's a wonderful, wonderful story because I had a similar experience in Japan. I visited the assembly line of Nikon and also the Toyota. We were about 30 students, 30 young people walking through these lines. And while we were walking for half an hour, not one single worker looked up, put his head up to look at us.
Yes.
Because if he does that, then the whole assembly will be totally...
Yes.
That kind of a work ethics is perhaps why Japan and India started together on our destiny. After 47
I will just add one thing. Now they are introducing new. If the conveyor is there, where they are putting, there is a button which they call no automation. If worker finds that the defective product is going, he is allowed to press that button and stop the line. Whole line. So that is called no automation. He has authority to stop.
He has authority to stop. Well, now share with us, what are the future dreams of Camlin? Where are you heading to? You have recently collaborated with Kokyo, which is a very large Japanese company with a turnover, as you said, was about 15,000 crores. And you have collaborated with them. So where is Camlin going to go?
Yes, Kokyo makes products which are not similar to our products. So that is one advantage, and that's one reason why we decided to collaborate with them. They make paper stationery. That means exercise books for students, books, exercise notebooks for offices, then files, plastic files, and innovative. All their products are innovative. If you look to the files, they are user friendly. What they have done, even files are there are papers inside, but they are made user friendly. So it's a very big market. Plus they have a division for furniture, and they specialize only in furniture for school and offices. So they feel that because of our large contact with the schools, they will be able to promote that. And the survey is already going on.
Okay.
So one is paper stationery, and other is this is
Tell us about one interesting project you have with them with a staple, which is pinless staple.
They have a product which is called pinless stapler. So when you press it, the paper gets twisted and becomes like a pin.
Okay. No, that's wonderful. I think innovations come from Japan quite a bit. It was really wonderful talking to you, and I must say that the art community throughout the country is very, very grateful for Camlin, because of Camlin so much of art has developed in this country, and for so many years you have been the market leaders. There are many competitions tried to come, but hardly anybody became really successful with the faith which people had in Camlin. So I really wish you luck, and I think for years to come you will keep serving the artists.
Thank you, thank you. It's my pleasure to be here in Goa, which I like the most.